All morning long, the rain has been tapping against the windows of Jackson's house. He lives here with his parents and his dog Mac, who's not just a pet, but one of Jackson's absolute best friends. It's Saturday, and Jackson doesn't have school today. He was really looking forward to spending the whole day outside with Mac, riding his brand new bike. Because it's raining, he won't be able to go on a bike ride. But that's okay. Jackson doesn't mind. He loves the rain, and he's very excited about splashing in puddles with Mac. Instead, with his rubber boots on his feet, Jackson will splish and splash from puddle to puddle. Mac will play too. Together, they will have the perfect rainy day at home. They've been waiting to go play ever since they finished their breakfast. Mac had kibble, and Jackson ate 2 big fluffy pancakes and a bunch of yummy fruit. After breakfast, Jackson helped his mommy clean up the kitchen. He loves to help his mommy and daddy whenever he can. It always makes them smile really big when he helps, and that makes Jackson smile too. Jackson's mommy and daddy told him that he has to wait for the rain to become a drizzle before he can go outside. A drizzle is when it's not raining too hard, just a little bit. And that is why Jackson and Mac are looking out the window right now. They are waiting for the rain to get a little lighter. Jackson sees the seat of his swing set filling with a big puddle. His sandbox is also wet with rain, and his mommy's flower garden has little rivers running through it. He can see how shiny the flowers look. Jackson looks over to Mac and sees his tail wagging. He is excited to go outside and play in the rain too, Jackson thinks. Just then Jackson's mommy comes into the room. She still smells like the yummy pancakes she made for breakfast this morning. She tells Jackson that he should put on his rain boots and jacket. He looks out the window again and sees only a few raindrops tapping against his swing set. He turns back to his mommy with a big smile before running to the hallway to find his boots. Jackson has a great pair of rain boots. They are green and made of rubber, perfect for splashing in the rain on a day like today. Jackson sits on the floor and pushes one foot into one boot and the other foot into the other boot. When he stands up, he notices that they feel a little funny. Looking down, Jackson giggles when he sees that he put the boots on the wrong feet. He sits back down and switches the boots around. Now he is almost ready to go outside and play in the rain. He just needs his raincoat. He opens up the closet door in the hallway and looks up at all the different jackets. Jackson stands on his tippy toes as he tries to find his green raincoat. Luckily, Jackson's daddy walks into the hallway at just the right time. He sees Jackson trying to reach for his raincoat. Jackson jumps and tugs and jumps and tugs on the raincoat, trying to make it fall from the hanger. Jackson's daddy smiles and walks over to him. He puts his hand on Jackson's shoulder. "Can I help you get your raincoat?" his daddy asks. Jackson looks up at his daddy and smiles. "Yes, please," Jackson says. Then Mac comes zooming down the hallway, wagging his tail. Mommy is right behind him. Mac is wearing his very own rain jacket. It is bright yellow, and Jackson thinks Mac looks very cute in it. Jackson runs and meets Mac in the middle of the hall, greeting him with a big hug. Mac responds by licking at his face. That makes Jackson start to giggle. Jackson's daddy opens the back door. Outside, everything looks wet and shiny. Jackson looks up at the sky and can see the gray clouds moving slowly. Then Mac runs out the door with his tongue hanging out. He looks as happy as he can be. Mac is a well-behaved dog. Jackson's mommy and daddy taught him not to go past the edge of the front yard without one of them. Nearby, Max spins around and looks back at Jackson. Then he lets out a friendly bark. Jackson understands that this means Mac wants him to come out and play in the rain. So Jackson steps onto the porch as his mommy helps him zip up his raincoat. "Here I come," Jackson says as he walks down the sidewalk that leads to the quiet road. In the middle of the sidewalk is a big puddle. Jackson carefully runs and jumps into it. Water splashes up around him, and Mac lets out 2 happy barks. Mac spins around and wiggles as Jackson continues to splash in the puddle. Then Jackson looks back at his mommy and daddy and waves to them with a big smile on his face. Jackson looks at the grass next to the sidewalk. He wants to find a stick to throw because Mac loves to chase sticks. Soon, Jackson sees a perfect stick for Mac. He picks it up carefully. It's very wet. He gives his strongest throw, and the stick flies into a patch of grass. Mac wastes no time. He quickly chases down the stick and brings it back to Jackson. Max's pink tongue sticks out, and he pants in delight. But now, Jackson wants to keep playing in the rain puddles. His rubber boots squeak as he walks closer to the road. Across the street, he can see one of his neighbors playing in the rain too. Her name is Abigail. Jackson waves to Abigail, and she waves back to him as she stomps in a big puddle. Jackson watches as water sprays up all around her. They both laugh, happy to be outside on this rainy day in the neighborhood. Looking back, Jackson sees his mommy go inside their house. His daddy is now sitting on one of the rocking chairs on the porch. He smiles at Jackson, just like he always does. Jackson searches for more puddles to play in. He jumps from puddle to puddle, watching as the rain splatters everywhere. Sometimes Max's fur gets a little wet from the splashing water, but he doesn't seem to mind. He happily jumps around and shakes his body, which makes Jackson laugh. The water that comes off of Max's fur feels like a sprinkler when he shakes like that. Jackson and Mac play in the rain for a little while longer. Jackson is having so much fun that he has completely forgotten about how he wanted to ride his bike today. Playing in the rain is even better. The two splish and splash in every puddle they see. This is the best rainy day ever, Jackson thinks. Then Jackson hears the front door open. His mommy asks if he is ready to come inside. She has made hot chocolate. She says Jackson claps his hands together and comes running up to the edge of the sidewalk. He shakes his body like Mac, and water droplets splatter around him. Then he walks up onto the porch. Now he needs to take off his raincoat and boots. Jackson's mommy is holding his house slippers. Since the porch is protected from the rain, Jackson sits down on a chair and slips off his squeaky rubber boots. He also takes off his socks. After all, they did get a little wet with all that splashing around. He did. His mommy helps him unzip his raincoat and then places it on a hook by the door. Here it can dry and be ready for the next rainy day. At the same time, Jackson's daddy is helping Mac with his rain jacket and uses a towel to dry Mac's fur. Now Jackson's mommy hands him his slippers. He steps into each one, and they feel soft and warm as Jackson wiggles his toes in them. As soon as they go inside the house, Jackson can smell hot chocolate. It smells so yummy. He walks into the living room and sees his favorite movie on the television. There is also a tray with 3 mugs of hot chocolate. Jackson is so happy. Mac is tired from all the playing, so he walks over to his cozy dog bed and settles down. Jackson goes and sits on the couch. His mommy and daddy join him on either side. They sit together all warm and cozy. His mommy leans over and hands him and his daddy their cups of hot chocolate. She also grabs a soft blanket from the back of the couch and lays it across the three of them. She then picks up her own cup of hot chocolate just as Daddy presses play to start the movie. As the movie begins and he snuggles deeper into the cozy blanket, Jackson thinks to himself, "Rainy days are the best days."